Must we find Isabel?
Mm-hmm. That's not her.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different.
Wait,
They've
there's
taken so many.
something
I've lost count.
different to Akashic?
Akashic, but different.
What is that?
Artemis
Ah,
Thrall.
of course. Mm-hmm.
And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Mm-hmm. Right then, why we fight? Yeah, okay. Few wounded, but it doesn't look as bad.
Please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
Well, duty calls, right?
She speaks the truth, you know. This here,
Lion-hearted
it's all that's left.
legionnaire.
What we
Or
have
legionnaire?
left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Well, you're
if
gonna
we don't
die
have to.
anyways if you don't fight.
Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
Wait, you're gonna go for a drink before you're gonna fight?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'll have a word with him.
Quickly then. Before we are overrun.
Ah, Clive.
Izzy.
I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
Okay.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Right then.
I can't entirely blame the men of the garrison for losing heart. And they have provided a place for the injured.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
Did you see the creatures that
Interesting.
attacked you?
Clive talked to him
Creatures?
and Jill talks to her.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you
Disapparated.
remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least
Okay,
we have
then.
an idea of where the thralls might be now.
Yeah, definitely.
We should head for more.
Yeah, so we have to leave here and then, yeah, go there. I thought so. So, let's go there right away. So far, I haven't seen any enemy whatsoever. So it looks like everything is gone, but only those Akashic are left and these Thralls.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Calm down. That's taking too long. Yeah, and there's more. I thought so.
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
More? Okay. Oh shit. Whoa, that was close, my friend. Yeah, voila. There we go. Whoops. Good on. And what the hell?
Don't stop!
Should have been dead already, but okay. What's done is done. But just like before
think there
at
are more?
Martha's, there will be more.
There are always more.
Yeah.
But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Oh, peaceful music. So no more fights, just this little one?
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes,
Oh, he's the new one.
lady.
Okay.
The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Oh.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now,
Well-
if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems.
Mm-hmm.
But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Always. And down with the next one. Done with Why We Fight. So then, we're gonna make our way over to the next place in just a bit.
Philippe will make a good captain. He reminds me a little of you, Clive. But without all the mocks and mows.
Whatever that means. Right, Dalimil is next. Right, yeah. Just looks like the other places too. So many dead people already.
Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of his load.
Oh.
Still, better a branded than one of us.
Really? Okay.
Cid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You should.
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild
Wait,
days ago.
Bandits and not
Any idea
Akashic?
where they went?
No thralls?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine.
Interesting.
But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
Seems like the desert has been spared.
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Cid. And
50-50
you won't
then.
have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Down the rabbit hole. Mm-hmm.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Yeah.
They're both as stubborn as the lover's pox, and every bit as irritating.
Okay.
No one insists on their proposed plan of action, the more the other rails against it.
Yeah.
They've successfully split the town asunder just when we should be standing as one.
Okay. Good. Then let's go inside.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire.
Yeah, but
And
if you buy
cannot
food and
fill
drink,
empty bellies with
they
that.
could
Do
come
you hear
back,
me?
and you still
But
don't
what
have
happens when they
any
come
defense.
back?
Yeah,
Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
yeah. And all the
That's
food
enough.
and drink are gone
Both of
again.
you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Can I intervene here quickly? Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Well, let's find out.
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was
Bandits?
about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Alright then. I'll speak with Lubor once more. Right.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Let me handle it.
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It's getting brighter.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own.
Okay.
Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
But you still need people to fight for
we
you.
have a plan of action.
Right?
Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
And what am I supposed to do?
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Yeah, just be a wingman. Or a wing woman. Okay, so we have to recruit Conrad and Natalie. Gonna start with the ones closest to us. And this is Conrad.
Picture it, Conrad. Your own city guard. With you as captain.
It's quite bright.
Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself.
Huh?
Conrad.
Lady of the Spear?
May I introduce you to Jane? Commander of the Red Wings.
Okay.
The
Again,
oldest
he's
mercenary
lying.
guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
That sounds like he's
I can't believe that
on our
actually
side.
worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt.
Yeah, seems like
And
it.
there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Right, on we go to Natalie. And now it's getting dark again. Where the hell are the clouds? Oh, up there. Okay. On we go.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it.
Yes.
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return.
Exactly.
Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Well, I thought she knew
Thank
that
you,
this was
Clive.
not
Your
real.
performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
Then let's do this. Right away. I could just talk here.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
Exactly.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Like every man would.
Mummy. I'm scared. Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're
Cool.
not serious.
So just one big fight.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups.
God damn
one
it.
from the south and one from the desert. In a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Right. Let's do this. Straight through here. Cool.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Even more. And done. I have to say, I really love Lightning Bolt. It just looks awesome.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
They probably did.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Teamwork.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
Mm-hmm.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, to be honest, I act better than I fight in real life, but okay. That was down the rabbit hole. Alright then. I think it's time to go home.
Things under control. For now, at least.
Yeah.
Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Let's do this. Right, Toggle. New missive, all right. And I think there should be still more. Yeah, we will get some rewards actually over here from our patrons. So we're gonna go there first. And then we might just make our way over to Hippocrates to see if there's anything new we can learn before we take a look at the Wall of Memories as well as the reading table. So, what's her name? Forgot. Let's go there. Desiree.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Yes, so newfound purpose. Since I can remember, I have served none but myself, turned my back on the world for a handful of silks and a heavy purse. But where has that left me? It is hard to keep joy in one's heart when all those around you are without. Something must change, and that change must start with me, a lonely porter. We will get a new equestrian role, so we're gonna listen to that in just a bit, and some amber. Cool.
All yours.
And then we will need 1360 for the Talisman of Priming. Yeah, I want to see what that is. Sounds interesting and maybe could be useful.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Sure. So, let's go to Hippocrates. Although, actually, no, let's go to the Orchestrion first, just to see, or just to listen what this music is. No risk, no reward. Oh, it's the fighting music. Okay, okay. Nice. Hippocrates.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Of course, as always. Let's take a look. Oh, it's quite a lot.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
And of course, we're gonna start with persons of interest. Philippe. Imperial soldier of the Northreach garrison, whose heart pines for none other than Isabel. He leads the stand against the threats Northreach faces and inspires his fellow soldiers to do the same. Conrad, master of the Dalimil kitchens, where he serves filling yet inexpensive fare to the people of the town and the miners of Drake's Fang. After his town was set upon by bandits, Conrad led the faction pushing for the recruitment of mercenaries to take bloody revenge. However, he was convinced to look instead of forming a town guard drawn from the citizens of Dalimil, of whom he became the inaugural leader. Natalie, veteran trader of the Dalimil markets, turned leader of its new League of Merchants, the group responsible for filling and maintaining the town's collective stores. Though she loathed violence and argued vehemently against the plan to hunt down the bandits who attacked Dalimil, she is passionate about protecting the town and its people. When the bandits returned, she was the first into the fray. Oscar, nephew of Rodney Murdoch, late Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Though he served under Sir Wade in the Guardians of the Flame, he had always dreamt of following in his uncle's footsteps and squiring to a scion of the Rossfields. His wish is granted when Clive accepts him as squire and brings him back to the hideaway that he might learn from Sid the Outlaw's example. Sir Wade, joining forces with Martha, a loyal shield of Rosaria and leader of the Guardians of the Flame, who fight against imperial rule in the duchy, sheltering bearers from the Black Shield's cullings. After the skies turned, their base in the Lazarus district outside Port Isolde was swallowed by an ether flood, leading them to seek shelter in Martha's Rest. In return for Martha's hospitality, the Guardians aid the Blood Axes in defending the village. On we go, lay of the land. The Blood Axes. the band of sellswords tasked with the protection of Martha's Rest in the absence of any assistance from the nearby Imperial garrison. It falls to them to keep watch on the roads and keep the beasts and bandits of the swamplands from Martha's Gate. The Town Guard, the volunteer fighting force assembled and led by Conrad. Unlike the Men of the Rock or the mercenaries previously charged with keeping Dalimil safe, every member of the Guard is a Dalimilian born and bred and has the future of the town at heart. Many of the miners who lost their livelihoods when Drake's Fang fell have found a new purpose in the Guard, swinging swords and axes in place of picks. The League of Merchants, the group responsible for filling and maintaining Dalimil's collective stores, that all might be supported in these troubled times. It draws its membership from the traders of the town and is led by Natalie, overseer of the markets. It was she who recognized that Dalimil's future could not be secured by force of arms alone. Only by bringing the entire town together might they summon the strength to drive back the bandits. Well, but she only realized that after we talked to her, right? Funny. Lord Underhill. Clive's alter ego, albeit one that was forced upon him by Lubor's fondness for theatrics. It was Lord Underhill of the Randalar League of Merchants who made it known to Natalie that help from the capital would not be forthcoming, and that the people of Dalimil must work together to fill their own stores. Jill was rather more convincing in the role of Lady Jane of the Red Wings, who planted the idea of forming a town guard in Conrad's mind. Both Conrad and Natalie still address Clive by this name, though in Natalie's case, this would appear to be naught but a courtesy to his dramatic efforts. Funny. And Mysteries of the Realm. And there's just one primogenesis, its effect on the land. The unbalance in the ether that resulted not only sapped the potency of crystals and magic in those lands that remained livable, but filled the rest not only with his glowing thralls, but with ether floods turning men and beasts into mindless, merciless Akashic. So, and now we're gonna go to our room and take a look at our stuff and then the missives as well. Oh, there is Oscar.
Welcome back, my lord. I only just arrived myself.
Nice.
No one seemed to know where I should go, so I thought I'd guard your chambers until instructed otherwise.
Okay, thanks. Alrighty, there is the Guardian's Scarf. With a tippet dyed red for the flames of the Firebird and the blood of his fallen Rosarian brothers, does Sir Wade pledge not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the Guardians of the Flame. Yeah, and there's still so much more we need. Or, which is missing, let's say it like that. I don't know if we need this. Right, missives. Oh, there are 4. Let's start from the bottom. How fares the rest? By Martha. The Guardians are getting along with the Axis fine enough, working to shore up the rest's walls. We're not clearing out what few threats remain down in the reeds, though chances are we'd still be neck-deep in Akashic had you not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you have a realm to save and all, but if you are ever in need of a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap you a cask. Yeah, but I had to pay for it last time, I think. The flames burn bright. Oh no, actually I paid it here at the hideaway. Yeah, right. The flames burn bright. By Wade. You have an uncanny talent of showing up where you are most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic, and us but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He is a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking. So as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. Nice words. Word from Northreach by Isabel. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping rid us of the thralls, but we are neither of us so naive to think we have seen the end of their like. Good Philippe has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the ghouls come once again calling, but I oft worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine the same might be said of you and your burdens, but remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. Well, to be honest, I didn't go inside the Vale yet, right? I didn't get treated. And Dramatis Personae. I think this is Latin, right? For dramatic person or something? By Lubor. The Guard and League have put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us all leave to sip our snake spit in relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery and your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your countenance, and, well, everything else. We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill a disservice now, would we? Funny, funny. Right, anything else in here? No. Nothing else outside? Alright then, let's go to Otto and talk to him.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Oh.
Thank you, Otto.
Dior still lying down.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since.
Oh.
Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
He said it. A vessel.
That is one of many answers that have eluded me.
He wants to take his body. That is quite obvious to
I
me,
am certain
right?
of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason.
Yeah, because you can wield so many Icon's powers.
All dominants carry within them the might of an Icon.
Or Icon's powers, not Dominance powers.
Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You're something else.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I've that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
There are still 2 Icons missing. Shiva and
Hazard
Odin.
a guess. I'd say the 2 of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
Mm-hmm.
His mind.
Consciousness. Yeah, that's what he said.
Mind awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost.
Yeah.
We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
He needed to be
That
stopped.
will let him take Clive.
Yeah.
And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
That doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav.
What about him?
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Oh.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
Oh yeah, I want to see the ship. Still haven't seen it.
And Michelle, Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Nice, nice.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Wait, isn't she coming with us? New quest available. Okay. We have to travel to Crossyeet Echoes. A new missive as well. And... party makeup has changed. Yeah, it looks like Jill is not coming with us.
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's Mid, Gav, and your uncle we should be thinking about now.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Okay.
You know how I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
Right, as we are here, let's talk to Vivian.
Back again?
Still here.
Allow me to educate you.
Right, situation map.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Trouble in Canver. The imbalance in the ether that accompanied the churning of the skies results in ether floods breaking out across Velastyr. Many towns and villages find themselves under attack from hordes of Akashic, not least the capital of the Free Cities of Canver, where a veritable army of mindless knights has stormed the city gates. To Tabor. Oh, actually, Jill is with me. Cool. Gav brings the shocking news that Canver is under attack from an army of Akashic. Clive, Jill, and Joshua make for the Free Cities, a road that will lead them through the village of Tabor, where Joshua's attendant awaits. Okay, we do have more hunts. We do have side quests. A lot of them, actually. Alright, then let's go to the Reedstone first, and then take a look at these 3 side quests before we take a look at the missives, and then we're gonna do the hunts afterwards, and after all of that, we are going to the Crossyeet Echoes. I thought so! We can change Joshua! Ashen Grey. Of course, we're gonna switch it. Nice, nice. Right, on to the first side mission. I hope I can do them right away, because I can't fast travel to anywhere else except the Crushed Echoes. Yeah, we'll see. We see. Maybe we can just start the side quest and then we have to do them later. But it looks like we can't do the hunts whatsoever. Not, at least not yet. Well, we'll see.